Right, hi guys. So today, what we're going to do today? So we're plumbing up the Mac valve and the fuel system, the feed lines. So let's get into it. I'll show you what I'm doing. So you would have seen in the last video, obviously, so doing all my vac lines in braided. So I'm currently running, so this is dash 4, currently running the line to the ECU that will come to the intake. I've already done the line that goes to the boost controller, to the Mac valve. So yeah, so the plan is to run this through there. We'll trace it up, basically follow that line through. And yeah, I've also got to do the line that goes to the fuel pressure reg, and yeah, those are the only 3 lines I'm doing for vac. But yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so I've got my hose length there, we can see. Now I'm going to get my cutters and cut it, really. Beautiful cut. Nice and simple. Now the fittings I'm using are the Golby's ones. Look, they're really well priced, and at the end of the day, this isn't some dedicated race car that's getting absolutely smashed all the time, so I couldn't warrant paying twice the price for a fitting, for a speed flow fitting, over the Golby's fittings. But it could come back to bite me. This could be shit, but we'll see how it goes. The whole thing with these fittings, I wanted to make it easy for myself when I did them, so I bought myself some tooling, obviously, to do this. So I got, obviously, the cutters. I got a set of these alley magnet pieces that go into vices. So they're just sitting there. Whoops. So yeah, they're just sitting like that. And then I also got myself one of these. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, it just helps with tightening up the pieces. So we'll see how it goes. It's a Golby's one as well. It goes up to dash 12. So I'll let you know how this thing goes. You may be better off buying the actual spanner set rather than the adjustable. Cool, let me do this hose. So yeah, basically, once you get your fitting on your hose, there, you use these vices, you get it in there. You don't do it too tight, but you get it to sit, and then you can tighten this up nicely. So that just sits in there, and then you make sure you hold the hose. See, it's a bit loose still, so I'll tighten that up now. But you hold the hose so it doesn't push it out, and then you tighten up your fitting. Makes it real easy. So we have it, one of the back lines done. So we'll now run that into the car, and yeah, get it through. This is for the map sensor, this one. So all I'm going to do is put a male to male in this end, and then put just a very short silicone hose, and I'll show you that once it's in the car. Rightio, so I'll show you guys here. So this is the old vac line. As you can see, it's let's see if I can zoom in on this. There. Alright, it was pretty shitty. It actually got real oily and actually broke. So yeah, good times. But also, it was never long enough. So this always used to sit. Like on the piss, and it was horrid. So now I'll be able to make it good. So yeah, gone from this shitty line to this nice fancy braided line. This lining was meant to go on the other side, but doesn't fit quite nicely, so I went straight there instead. This will just screw in there, and then I'll run this blue hose basically through to this line, and then that's it, job done. Then I only have a silicone hose in here, which means it's not going to get heat, it's not going to get hot, it's not going to get oil on it and shit on it and degrade. It's just going to be nice and protected, and then a really well protected vac line through. It's all about reliability in this build. I don't want to fucking be changing this shit every fucking 6 months. So yeah, that'll essentially be the finished product. I'll just and stick this up against the side here, and then you'll have that hose in there, and then that'll tuck away real nicely, and that'll close, and bam, job done. Sweet. And then you'll see in the bay itself we have the hoses there. So we have one there and one there. Sorry, this camera is shocking, but my GoPro is stuffing around. And then I'm going to do the one now that will run down to the fuel pressure regulator. So yeah, let me get onto it. So busy doing the fuel pressure regulator. Of course, I have a million bloody fittings to try and find the adapter. So here it is. It is the, if it'll focus, the dash-off flare to 1/16 NPT. So this is gonna go in here, replacing this, and that will allow us to put a dash 4 hose onto it. Just like that. So that's now screwed in there, and that will let us put our fitting back. So I'm going to stick this back in there, and then, or I might even put the hose on here whilst it's out, because it might be easier, and then I'll route the hose. So here's the hose that I've made. So we've just got two 90s, and that hose is going to come to right here under the thing, just run up underneath by the brake booster. Alright, so there we go, we got my 3 fittings in there, and that obviously goes down to there, which has worked out really nice. So now I'm going to start doing these 2 fuel lines. So I've already got the line here, just have to cut it to length and then feed it in, and then yeah, make up the hose that goes from there to the rail. Right, so doing this fuel line, and the difference between the PTFE hose and like the rubber hose that I used for the vac lines is you have this little bung that basically pushes in, and then that's what helps create a tight seal. So I've got the PTFE hose in there, the braiding goes around it, and then we have this piece that will then pull up and tighten on that. So yeah, I'll go and finish fitting this off, and then it's going to go there. Alright, so been a busy day, so done my 2 lines for there to there. If I was to redo it, I'd probably turn this a bit more and go straight here, because that dips down like that, and I wasn't overly happy with it. But I'll see, I might still change it. I might leave it for now. Yeah, this line was a prick because it was already all the way in the boot, and so I had to basically tighten this one onto the hose by hand, which was a real pain in the ass. Just test fitted one of the fittings into the billet covers, just to see how it flow, and that works quite nice. I'll probably run it there like that ish, because I've still got the fuel hose there, and then obviously I've got the second one there, which is going to be a 90, which will face down, so it should be quite nice, and then that'll run through around, and the catch can will sit in there. The breather will come up here and come through here, and I'll just sit it out the front, like in this gap here somewhere. Yeah, this came out nice, like we've already seen. It's a bit hard to see. Can you even see there? No, not enough light, but yeah, that came out nice. And also did and yeah, so I also did that line there today to finish it off. So that's on. Accumulator's going to go in that corner. And yeah. New gearbox is there, so that'll go in this weekend as well. So the next big job will be to install this. So this is my improved racing oil thermostat. I also have a Mishimoto one, but they wouldn't sell me the 93-degree thermostat in Australia, which is really annoying. So now I haven't even opened it. So I bought this one instead. So it's 215 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like 100 degrees ish. But yeah, so this will essentially ensure that the minimum oil temp in the motor is 100 degrees, which will allow the ethanol to burn off. You might remember from one of the other earlier videos the milking in the oil, and that was because of all the ethanol buildup. With the cooler in winter, my oil temp was like 84 degrees. So not hot enough to burn off ethanol content, unfortunately. So I mean, that setup works really well at the track, keeps my oil temp at about 100 degrees, 105 max, but on the street it's too much, and it's going to be even worse because I've got 9 litres in the sump, and then there'll be another 1.5 litres to the accumulator. So yeah, so more oil, more cooling capacity. Definitely going to need this to help me make sure I maintain the optimum oil temps in this car. Right, sorry guys, cut that one short. I ran out of time yesterday to take proper video and explain everything, and just didn't get around to it today. Had some stuff around to do at my place, so in the next video I'll talk you through what I did with the thermostat and the accumulator and how that all works and what I've done there. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Please like and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks guys.